Welcome back for a brand new patio makeover on probably the smallest budget I've ever worked with to share a makeover video here on my channel. The before and afters are so good. I completely transformed our patio for less than $200, starting with some much needed cleanup and then also sharing a brand new, to me, DIY project that took less than 30 minutes, and I don't know why. I've never tried it before. I really feel like anybody could do this. I'm also sharing some low effort but high impact outdoor decorating ideas that can transform your outdoor living and just keep things very beautiful but also functional. But before we get started on any of that, I just wanted to share the before shots with you because this was a hot mess. This is what our starting point was, what we were working with, and looking at it honestly felt so overwhelming. I didn't even know where to begin, but then I was like, of course, you begin by taking everything off so that we can work on some cleanup. To keep this makeover as budget-friendly as possible, I tried to reuse absolutely everything that I could, including this dusty, crusty, old outdoor rug that I found at a yard sale more than 3 years ago. But it's okay. Derek power washed it off camera and got it looking brand new. Don't you worry, there will be some satisfying power washing clips for you to see here in a minute. But first, I needed to put on my gardening gloves and my game face so that I could pull these weeds. There were so many weeds growing up in the cracks of our patio pavers, and this is probably my least favorite thing to do. I really hate weeding. I'm sure it dates back to my childhood trauma and just things that went on that make me really hate some of the outdoor chores that need to happen, but I know that it's a necessary evil. So I just like to power through it, get through it as fast as I can. My husband also hates weeding, not because of any childhood trauma, just because it's not fun. And he takes the opposite approach. It takes him forever to get any kind of weeding done. He just procrastinates and distracts himself and goes as slow as possible. I think because he knows I go as fast as possible, so he just wants me to get it all done. But you'll have to let me know, do you like doing this? I can't imagine anybody does, but do you like doing this, and how do you approach it? Are you like me where you just want to get it all done, or are you like Derek where you'd rather just kind of mull around until somebody else does it for you? Either way, we did get all of the weeds pulled, and I got all these piles scooped up into the yard waste bin and was just so thankful that we could move on to the fun part, which is power washing. I know that I have said it in absolutely every single one of my outdoor videos this year, but I feel like I can't say it enough. This is my favorite thing to do outside. I love power washing anything. Once you put it in my hand, I will just wash absolutely everything within sight. I don't get bored with it, and I think it's because this is the only outdoor kind of chore-like activity that has this level of instant gratification. It's definitely a sprint, not a marathon. Like, you see the transformation happening in real time right before your eyes. And for me, there's just something so motivating about that. And it makes me want to keep going. It makes me feel like I'm getting that extra little boost of dopamine. You guys will have to let me know, do you feel the same way? Do you love power washing as much as I do? Or am I just an absolute weirdo? I do think the power washer that you have makes a big difference too. A few years ago, we had bought that like $100 one off of Amazon, and it broke after 2 uses. It was such a waste of money. We couldn't return it because we had used it, and I did not like it. I swore off power washing. But then we found this one for just a couple $100 more. It's still relatively affordable when you're talking about like a big machine like this, and it's so much more powerful. We have had absolutely no issues with it. This is our third year with it, and it performs the same as it did the very first time we used it. Absolutely love it. It makes quick work of any kind of anything that you have going on, and I would highly recommend. So I'll leave that link down in the description box in case you're in the market for a really good power washer, and anything you see in today's video that you might be interested in or curious about, just check the description box. I always try to leave the links there for you when I can remember to. For anyone who is new here, I thought I'd take a second to introduce myself. So hi, hello, welcome. My name is Megan and I am a married mama of two. I have two of the sweetest girls in the entire world. I'm so blessed to be their mother. And I like to spend my time doing DIY home improvements, room makeovers, necessary cleaning, and also decorating for most seasons and holidays. And I share all that here on YouTube because this is my full-time job for the last 4 years. This is my husband, Derek. He is in some of my videos, these bigger ones definitely, helping me out from time to time, and I'm also so blessed to have him. So shout out to Derek for helping me with this massive undertaking and making this patio makeover go as fast as possible. It definitely would have taken twice as long if I didn't have his help. But anyway, I would love to have you subscribe if that sounds like your vibe, and I totally didn't mean to do that. It's just those words rhyme. Vibe and subscribe. So sorry about that awkwardness, but still, I'd love to have you subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you like this kind of content. Lately here, I've been sharing so many outdoor videos because that's, what we've been doing. It's the springtime, the weather's nice, and we've been working on our outdoor spaces, but I do have a massive kitchen renovation soon, and I'll be sharing that here on YouTube. So we'll be getting back inside pretty soon. Okay, day 2 of our patio makeover. I am so excited because I think we're gonna be able to finish it all up today, and I'm ready for that. I'm ready to just start enjoying this space again, and we have a beautiful view in the backyard now, something we haven't had for a few years. So we're just really excited to get this space finished. Yesterday we did all of the power washing on the actual patio pavers and our house and everything like that. And then we just gave it the afternoon and the evening to dry. We had a really busy day yesterday, but we're picking up today with a brand new DIY project that I've never done before. So I'm a little bit nervous. I really hope that we can figure it out and that it turns out exactly how we want it to. I've seen plenty of people do it online, so I feel like if they can do it, if they can figure it out, I can do it. You know what I mean? There's always going to be a learning curve, but it's possible. So if it's possible, I'm gonna try. So this is what we've got going on for our DIY. Can you guess what we're gonna be doing? We have this 12-foot long 4x4 post, and in the store it looked massive. Out here it still looks pretty big, but I'm hoping when we stand it up it's the right size. Pray for us that it's the right size. We also have this planter. It comes in 2 different colors. We picked the lighter wood because we felt like it went with our space better, but you can also get it in a darker stained wood for more of a farmhouse type of vibe. I forget how many gallons this was, but everything I was seeing online said definitely make sure to have this size. Anything smaller won't support the post. So if I can find this online, I'll leave it linked down in the description box so you know exactly what you need. And we have this concrete. We got 4 bags, they're 50 pounds each, and looking at it now, I'm a little nervous that it's not going to be enough. Derek says it definitely will be because this is 200 pounds of concrete, but I'm a little bit worried about it. But anyway, the plan is we put the post in the center of the planter, and then we put the it's quick setting concrete in here. It's supposed to dry within 30 minutes. So we mix that up around the post, wait until it stiffens up a little bit, obviously making sure it's level, and then it just stands in there. So then we have a post to use for a sun sail, or we're gonna use it for patio lighting. We got some string lights and just create a little ambiance out here for the summertime. But wish us luck. We've never done this before, so we're a little bit nervous, but we're hoping that it works out. We were definitely nervous for absolutely no reason. This was so easy. I feel like anybody could do it, no matter how beginner you are. Now, of course, a little bit of anxiety prior to any DIY project, especially if it's a new project, is totally normal. I feel like that happens to me, and I've had 4 years of DIYs under my belt. and it happens to me every single project still. So just don't let that deter you. Even if you're feeling nervous, just go for it. What's the worst that could happen? That it doesn't work out the first time and you have to try again? Either way, this worked out the first time. I know, and like literally anybody could do this. It was also way more affordable than I thought that it was going to be. So this is not my original idea. I've seen it in YouTube videos before, on Pinterest, TikTok, and Instagram now. This is shared all the time. And for some reason, I had worked it up in my head that I wouldn't be able to do it or that it would cost way too much money. But both of those things were not true. So if you've been thinking about doing this, I would just highly encourage you. It took us about 10 minutes to get done and made such a high impact. And it's a DIY that will last. So it's definitely worth the investment, which ended up being around $115 for us. Now, I'm sure that that's going to vary based on your location and what these materials would cost at your local hardware store or wherever you're purchasing them from. But we really just needed to get the post and the planter and 3 bags of the concrete mix, and that cost us about $115. We were able to return one of the bags because we only used 3 and we had bought 4, so that saved a little bit of money there too. But overall, this took us about 10 minutes to get done. It wasn't really too hard, and I would just highly recommend it. So if you've been looking at this on social media and thinking, I can't do that, I'm here to tell you, yes, you can. Okay, so this is what we've got going on in here. It's really hard to tell, but it's like a chunky peanut butter consistency. I was reading everywhere that like the liquid portion of it should not be soupy. It should be more like peanut butter. And of course there's like big rocks in there, so it's like chunky peanut butter. And then we have the level. So you can see that we've got it all level. Derek's so thrilled. I have to hold this here until the post is like set enough that it's not gonna fall over. Aren't you, Derek?
Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah. He's so mad. We only used 3 bags of the concrete. We do have one more if we need it, but it was looking pretty full to the top. So keep your fingers crossed that this works, that we did it right the first time, that we didn't waste all of our supplies, and that this sets down quickly so Derek can walk away from this post. It's been about 5 minutes now. I just filmed a little Instagram story and Derek is not amused with me. So I told him he can take his hands off, we can see. Go ahead. It's standing up. I hope that means we did it right. I hope it's not faking us out, but we are gonna let it set. I'm gonna give it at least like 45 minutes. It says sets in 30, but I'm gonna give it 45 minutes before we start messing with it. Okay, so we have this pile of rocks back here. They used to be in our front flower beds. These are red rocks, and we had dug them out to put black rubber mulch in. But my plan is to use them for drainage in the like planter thing. Just because we're gonna be planting some real plants. We got some herbs and a couple of flowers, and I want there to be adequate drainage so that they can thrive. So we did this in our DIY raised cinder block garden beds, and it worked really well. So I'm just gonna get a few shovelfuls and take it over there in the wheelbarrow, and then put it into the planter just to have like a couple inches, like all the way around, and then I'll put in the garden soil and plant plants. We don't really know what else to do with all of this, so we're just trying to make use of it where we can, but we can't put it in our yard waste bins. So I don't know, if you have any suggestions about what we can do to not have this mound of red rock back here, leave me a comment. Let me know, what would you do with it? When I was going over the budget for this DIY earlier, I totally blanked and forgot about these plants, but they were included in that $115. We bought everything at the same time, so that's the post, the planter, the cement mix, and then also these 2 mint plants, 2 lavender, and 2 packs of petunias. You could make this even more budget friendly though by only using petunias. I feel like they are the least expensive flowers that you can buy at any of our local stores anyway. And a tip to save even more money is to pick out the ones that look like they need a little extra TLC, that they might need to be pruned a bit or just given some water, taken care of a little extra, and then ask for a discount when you get to checkout. And I know both Lowe's and Home Depot will discount dead or dying plants that need a little bit of revival. They'll give you 50% off. I use that all the time whenever I am buying any kind of flowers. It saves me so much money. I actually did that when we did some DIY raised garden beds in cinder blocks for our kids' patio in last week's video, and we got those for $2 per set of flowers. So it's totally worth it. Save yourself 50% and make this as budget friendly as you possibly can. All right, this is what we've got going on in here. They're looking a little sad. This is definitely not my best work. I've got some mint, some lavender, and some petunias. If you can clearly identify something that I did wrong, I am all ears. Put it in the comments, but I'm just hoping that these are gonna perk up. I just gave them some water, and hopefully with the sunshine, they'll be standing tall in no time. But now that we have that all done, all that's left is to get our patio furniture out here. We've got a seating set that I think we're gonna put here, a dining set that we're gonna put here, just see how it all comes together. Another purchase that we made was this outdoor rug, and it's actually kind of a repurchase. So we had the green version of this for the last 3 years, and this year decided to use it on our kids' patio makeover in our actual backyard. We just completely transformed our whole yard this year, and I filmed all of that and shared it in last week's video. So if you haven't seen it already, I'll leave it linked in the iCard for you. Definitely go check it out. I love how it turned out. And that was also on a super tight budget because we were reusing a lot of things that we already had. But anyway, that left us needing a rug for this space. So we just got this neutral one. I love it. It was like $50. I'll leave it linked down in the description box if you're looking for a really good outdoor rug. Another thing we're reusing is this tabletop s'mores. We use this all the time, and I thought it would be the perfect affordable decor. Very minimal and simple, but just keeping this space functional for what we like to use it for. I also wanted to set up our dining area, and we're reusing everything in this space that we already had. So this is the crusty rug that you saw earlier. This was a Facebook Marketplace yard sale find. I want to say 3 years ago now. So I don't know how old it was when I bought it, but I got it for 15 or 20 bucks, and it's held up great for us. We just power wash it every year. This table is also still available, and we didn't cover it over the winter, and it held up great. So anything that we have that's still available online, I'll leave links for it down below if you're looking for some really good outdoor furniture. Ours has held up great. I would recommend it to everyone. Definitely worth the investment for us. And then in this little corner here where we have our outdoor mini fridge, I usually go all over the top, but I decided to keep it simple this year, just using a faux plant, a little picnic basket on top that will hold like chips and things like that. And then this little outdoor basket that I'm going to roll up our hose in. One day we might have one of those hose things, but today is not that day. We're just going to use this basket. And then we're going to move on to stringing some solar powered lights. When we found these, I was so excited because we didn't have to worry about like connecting them all to an outlet or running up our electric bill, but we could still add that extra layer of ambiance into this space and just something new and fresh here. Because we were reusing so much of what we already had, we were able to splurge on these, and it was well worth it. We got 3 strands. They work great, and they just keep us using this space and entertaining well into the evening. Okay, so we got the lights all set up here. We have them wound around this post, and then also to each corner there. and underneath of the soffit. I'll show you like what it looks like when the sun starts to go down so you can see the full effect, but I'm loving this. This is so beautiful. And check out the new patio setup. This is the best that it's ever been. I cannot believe this is ours. I'm just feeling so grateful. I decided to switch the dining area and the seating area from what it was last year. So the dining table used to be over here and the seating over here. And I thought, since we have the backyard set up now, having the seats this way would allow us to still see the kids in the backyard and also open it up to be more conversational from the seating area into the dining area if we're having like hosting a barbecue or something like that. There's also plenty of space here for 6 people to comfortably sit. I think I could actually add another chair on either side to get up to 8 people if I really wanted to. And then I kept it really simple over here. This is a plant that we already had, a picnic basket we already had, and I just used this basket to hold our hose. Eventually we might get something that's like better than that, but this is fine. It'll do for now. In another video, I will fill up our refrigerator, get it all wiped down and set up for the summertime, but so far this is great progress. I'm so in awe of this. I can't believe that this is our space, and I'm so ready to spend many a summer afternoon and nights out here. But yeah, I hope that this gave you a ton of ideas and that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you aren't already. Thanks so much for choosing to spend your time here today, and let me show you how beautiful this is at night.